Hello, and welcome back to Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord. My name is Simon the Serpent, and this is my story. Well, I'm coming to the imperial town of Epicrotea, and I happen to find Orig Bloodaxe in the tavern. I've earned a good amount of dinars now, and I think I'm going to hire him. Let's talk.
Yours is not a face I know. What is your name, stranger?
My name is Simon, sir. Tell me about yourself.
Aye, you've heard of the death of the last emperor. I'll tell you what most people believe is a pack of lies. I was in the Vega Guard in the time of Arenikos. We took our discipline seriously. We were proud of it. Then the riots happened. What I saw in Lycaron, even now it makes me feel ashamed. It wasn't easy for the men. They felt the city turn against them. Blame them for killing the emperor, whereas we were sure that we were innocent of his blood, that there was some sort of trick. But even so, there was no excuse. We could have marched out in battle array. No one would have stood against us. If we couldn't restore order, at least we could have gone home with honor. But instead, we turned our anger against the city. My comrades looted, set fires, even murdered those who we were supposed to protect. It was a disgrace.
I have heard about the riots in Lycaron. It was an ugly thing all around. He's a good warrior. I could use him.
I thought of going home, but I lost what dinars I had saved during the riots. If there is a war band looking for good men, I would like to earn it back. If you have work for me, we could discuss it.
I could use someone like you in my company.
Good. I'll need 440 dinars in advance. Can you pay?
Very well, here you are.
Very well. I'll get my gear and join you outside.
Perfect. I could use a man like him. There are many tasks available by merchants and village elders that are not exactly for a man such as myself. But Mr. Bloodaxe, he might be useful in that regard. Anyway, I'll cut away here, and that's a good price for the steppe horses I collected earlier. I'd gone into the Kuzait lands while I was off-screen for a time. I'll sell a few olives. Good price for linen here. And for the silver. Not a bad price for oil either. I suppose I'll buy a few more of those. Some iron ore. Some wood. I have plenty of beer for the time being. Though nothing else is all that interesting for me. I suppose I'll move on and go to the next community. Anyway, I'll cut away here and come back a bit later. See you then. Alright, I'm back. Well, before leaving Epicrotea, I tasked Orig Bloodaxe and 4 men to smuggle goods to a friend in Rhotae. This man, Jeremos the Wheeler. He had a chance of failure in this mission, but that's fine. Anyway, I've gone to Lindorn, a village in Vlandia, in Battania, and I'm going to talk to Grenade Lindorn, who has a task. Although I have 38 men, I think I can defeat a few deserters. My men are upgraded and fairly skilled by this point, fighting the odd band of looters from time to time.
Peace to you, stranger. What is your name?
I am Simon, and you are?
I'm Grenade. I'm Grenade of Lindorn. I'll deal with those who keep their oaths. If you're one of those who don't value their word, don't waste my time.
I heard you need some help with a problem.
Well, if you know how to fight, yes, we could use your help. A group of deserters is camped out near here. They come every few weeks demanding food and money. They've killed 2 villagers who resisted them. We asked our lord, Melodier, for help, but his men never get here in time.
How can I help you?
Here's the plan. We lay an ambush in the village. When they show up, we spring. If you join us, I think we've a good chance of ridding ourselves of the scourge before they murder us one by one.
Any other way?
If you don't have the time, send one of your best companions.
Alright, we'll wait here and join you in the fight.
Thank you. Just wait in the village. We'll stand lookout. Lure them into the ambush. Just wait for the signal.
Very good. And here they come.
If you live in this village, you better rustle up some silver and wine. Look lively, eh?
This time you'll have to fight for it. I'll send my soldiers. I'm no warrior. I let the other men do the fighting. I reap the rewards. I lost a few men. But I gain a few prisoners. I've collected a few I travelled to a few of the towns in Battania after Epicrotea. I went to Sionon. Well, Sionon was under siege at the time, but they are no longer. Then I went to Maranath, Dunglanis, then Carbadseth, and now I'm here. But now I must talk to the village elder. Did some trading along my way. Let's talk.
Here is what we promised you. 1,400 dinars. I hope this makes it worth all the blood spilled.
Now, you can take all of it, but you gain more relation with the village if you only take half. Half of the coin is enough for our needs.
Thank you, Simon. I
keep changing my voice.
Our people are grateful for what you've done.
Oh, well, that's fine. Anyway, I shall move along. Perhaps sell some goods at Cianon. Anyway, I'll leave here and continue along my way. Anyway, I'll see you all a bit later. Alright, I'm back. Well, I've travelled to the town of Revyl, where I have purchased a very good amount of loot at a very lucrative price. Very lucrative. Much of this will sell at Rhotae and beyond. Also, I found Erigai the Hawk in a tavern, and I'm going to talk to him. I could use another companion.
Yours is not a face I know. What is your name, stranger?
Erigai does have a few combat skills which I might find useful. My name is Simon. Tell me about yourself.
You know, you'd think this place would serve proper kumis instead of the piss they call wine. Sorry, where were we? Ah yes, my story. I rode for years behind Munchug Khan, even before he was Khan. I had a good name and a good sum of money. There was a girl in a neighboring village. Quiet thing, but good childbearing hips, who I thought would make a good bride. So I went to her brother and offered him 50 sheep, a good price. But he said he wasn't giving his sister to a man like me. Asked him what he meant by that, and he didn't answer. So I gave him a good punch. Maybe a couple punches. No more. Shouldn't have hurt a real man, but this little whelp died on me. Well, you know how these things go. His kin came to our village, looking for my blood. They didn't find me, but wounded one of my cousins. It was time to teach them a lesson, but my brother had a fit of cowardice. So they brokered a deal, and I was forced to leave. How do you like that?
Aye, real honour is scarce as hen's teeth these days.
Let me tell you something. I'm sick of cowardice. Sick of those who don't stand up by their comrades and their kin. If you have work for me, we could discuss it.
I could use a capable warrior like you in my company. Here's 571 dinars.
Very well. I'll get my gear, join you outside.
I suppose I'll equip him with a horse or something. Continue on my way. I have taken more loot than my horses can carry, but that's fine. Anyway, I'll cut away here and come back a bit later. See you then. Alright, I'm back. Well, it seems Rhotae has rebelled against the Vlandians. After Revyl, I went to Epicrotea, Bolgard, and sold some loot. I decided to go south instead to Rhotae, and I have sold most of the loot. I think I'll go along the Southern Empire's route. I'm going to sell a few of my goods here. good price for horses here, so I'll sell these as well. There. I need at least a few horses to carry my goods. Now that that's done, I'll talk to Deltissos the Smith.
Hey, so who are you then?
I'm Simon. Nice to meet you. I wish to form a caravan. I have 21,000, which I think is enough to dispatch a caravan. And I think I will send Erigai the Hawk. I wish to form a trading empire before I do anything else. Before I decide to join one of the factions. Anyway, I shall leave now and move down to Amitatas. There goes Erigai. Anyway, I'll cut away here and come back a bit later. See you then. Alright, I'm back. Well, after Rhotae, I travelled to Amitatas, Lycaron, Poros, Vostrum, Danustica, Onira, and then Sironia. I sold and purchased various trade goods along my route, and I sold quite a few good horses in Sironia for a good profit. Now, I'm going to talk to Milisa the Shieldmaiden, as I need a new companion. Also, I've reached clan tier 2, so I can command 71 soldiers.
Wine here tastes like piss. Anyway, what do you want?
My name is Simon, madam. Tell me about yourself. As you can see, she has a few good combat skills. I'll tell you my tale, but I will warn you in advance. It is of no concern to me whether you approve of it or not. I came from a good family, with much land. Since I was a girl, I wished to be a shield maiden. I practiced fighting with the village boys and old warriors. But it is a strange thing. While some families in our lands take pride in a daughter who can take up arms, others accord it great shame. My father was the latter type. I had no special desire to be married, but my family found me a groom anyway. I consented, but my husband and I detested each other from the first. Once he insulted me in the marketplace. I cursed his manhood. He struck me, and I pulled a knife, and he pulled his. I won. The elders sat in judgment on our case. As it turned out, they had plenty of precedent. They accorded our fight a fair duel, and thus I was innocent of murder. On the other hand, I was excluded from his inheritance. I suppose that was fair, although I would have enjoyed wearing his jewels and riding his horse in front of his family. Indeed, no doubt such traditions encourages the husbands to behave better than they might do otherwise. Suffice to say, I could not return to my father's house. I went on my way, happy to live the life of a warrior. I had always dreamed of living, but soon I found out the tales of love I loved as a girl, of shield maidens who fought for honor, do not pertain to a woman with no family or no land. One cannot fight for honor when one doesn't know where the next meal comes from. So I fight for pay. If you've worked for me, we could discuss it. I could use someone like you in my company. I want 229 as an advance, or there's no deal. Here you are. Very well. I'll get my gear and join you outside. Excellent. Anyway, I suppose I'll move on here and come back to you a bit later. See you then. Ah, welcome back. Well, after Saronia last time, I travelled to Akalat, Ortengard, Makeb, and I purchased several items along my way. Perhaps too many horses. Definitely too many Sumpter horses. They're slowing me down significantly. Though I did purchase a great amount of... I did purchase a few sheep, a great amount of wool. Grain, of course. And various other trade goods. I've travelled to Amprella, where I'm waiting for the siege to end. However, before that happens, I'm going to talk to this caravan guard. What do you have for sale? Not a good price for horses. Unfortunately. I'm going to wait for the grain. I'm going to wait for the siege to end before I sell my foodstuffs. A good price for clay. Though I suspect it's even better inside. It's a good price for salt, though. I will retain some of it. Because I suspect it's even better inside. I suppose I'll do that. Call it a day. That increases the number of hides and the amount of meat by slaughtering the sheep. But it doesn't increase the wool. Surprising. Oh well, it's fine. Anyway, I will wait here. When the siege is over, I will jump inside. Now, I will get a good price for my goods. Not the price I was hoping for the meat, but oh well. Good price for cheese. It's a good thing I kept that salt. Or at least some of it. I can take the jewellery. Very profitable. excellent price for these goods. Perhaps I should have kept a few sheep. Good price for sumpter horses, I suppose. No. I'll stop there. Give a few back. It would seem Milisa the Shieldmaiden is not doing her job. Oh, one day remaining perhaps. Sometimes I've noticed that when I send my companions to do missions, they end up failing. These ones with the X's are the failed ones.
Well, and who do we have here?
No, can't do that. Well, I suppose I'll move on and try and sell my horses somewhere. Anyway, see you a bit later. Well, I've travelled to Argeron, where I found Asi the She-Wolf. She has good combat skills, which I could find useful. Let's talk.
Yours is not a face I know. What is your name, stranger?
My name is Simon, madam. Tell me about yourself. Oh yes, I do have a story to tell you. Slavers took me when I was a girl. The Empire tell legends of warrior women out in the deep steppe. And when I was sold, they claimed I was one of these. To fight other slaves, to entertain them, by making their legends come true. Well, perhaps there is something to those legends, because I did very well for myself, and made my master very rich. Imperial law now decrees that men are not allowed to kill in the arena. But no one pries into what happens at the private entertainments of the rich, and over a score of my fellow slaves must have felt my blade in their chests. I feel no guilt. They are trying to kill me, and some came close. I did what I needed to do. Yes, I suppose you did what you had to. There's not much more to say. My master was a sadistic animal, but he let me keep my winnings, and eventually buy my freedom. I think he may also have realized that eventually, had he kept me against my will, he'd have ended up with a severed neck vein. So here I am, looking to make a living through the only means I know, shedding other people's blood. Got work? If you've work for me, we could discuss it. I could use someone like you in my company. Here's 271. I'll join you. Now, how many companions have I? Alright. Erigai is still leading his caravan, but I prefer to have at least 20,000 before making another so that I have some money. Anyway, I'm going to find another place where I might be able to sell my horses, though I may go back to Umbrella. It would seem they're under siege again. Anyway, I'll come back to you all a bit later. See you then. But first I will buy a harness and give Asi the She-Wolf a mount to ride. There we are. On I go. Slowly. Anyway, I'll come back a bit later. Okay, I'm back. Well, since last time, I've dispatched several of my companions on missions. From Isaiah, artisans can't sell their products, rival gangs are moving into Saronia, and a gang leader needs weapons in Umbrella. I've taken a mission from a village to deliver a herd of sheep to Ficon, and I've come here where this one needs an army of poachers dealt with. I think I can do that. I heard you need help with a problem. Yes, I have got a problem. A few days ago, I needed hides for my tannery. I hired some hunters. I didn't ask too many questions about where they came by their skins they sold me. Well, that was a bit of a mistake. Now they've banded together as a gang and are trying to muscle me out of the leather business. What can I do for you? I want you to crush them. Go to Policia and give them a lesson they won't forget. Any other way? Well, I'll get rid of the poachers myself. My more capable companions are off doing their own jobs. There we are. I'll go there. I still haven't sold many of my horses since I cut away. Oh, well, it's fine. Nothing to be done about it. I'll take one more soldier, I suppose. We may be getting into a fight soon. I could try negotiating with the poachers, but I'm going to fight them. Oh, I did not mean to enter the fight myself. I'll just send my soldiers and hold behind.
Warriors, attack!
Oh, just go kill them. I'll wait. Nothing but a rabble. I have no interest in fighting. In fact, this is a little more than I wanted to do anyway. But it's fine. My men will deal with these brigands and we'll move on. Plus 2 soldiers. Anyway, I suppose I'll cut away here and come back a bit later. See you then. Hello, and welcome back. As you can see, I've purchased a large number of sumpter horses and mules. I've travelled to the town of Rhotae, where the price of sumpter horses and mules is quite high, but because I have so many I can't get rid of them all, so I waited for a caravan which happened to be coming out of the town, and I'm going to sell these particular beasts for a tiny profit. And what goods can I buy? Might as well get as much as I can. I'll sell the rest inside, I think. Perhaps return the 2 cows. And perhaps some of the dates. That will do. I'm earning money quite quickly now. This increased my trade. Excellent. 10% tariff income. 50% wages paid while waiting in the settlement. Better production in workshops. Minus 25% troop wages to mercenaries. Well, that could be useful later on, when I'm participating in the wars. I do with the mercenary connections. I may be forced to hire mercenaries. There we are. Try not to buy too many horses unless I'm coming near Rhotae. Anyway, I think this may be a good place to end things off. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. See you then.